Mary, it is great to have you on today's episode. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. That intro music, I'm like rocking out. I'm like, I really like it. I'm like,
Awesome.
monster truck jam or something. I felt like I was in a stadium waiting for, I don't know, the Big Mac Daddy truck to come out.
I love it. I love it. Well, Eric picked that, so he gets full credit for the theme. So awesome job, Eric.
Yes.
And how are you doing today, Eric? Always good.
I'm doing well, David. How about yourself, Mary? Great to have you on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, David. This is our first time actually meeting face to face via a camera, streaming. But it's very nice to meet you.
Likewise, yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to our conversation today.
Me too.
Well, before we dive into our first topic, Mary, for those who don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about your journey?
Oh, my journey. I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. True story. I saw my dad suffer, right? Feast or famine, so much work. I had a great job at a private school in La Jolla, California. I had milk break, lunch, a swimming pool in the ocean. Literally thought I was going to retire from there. I'm not even kidding. And then my mom got sick. She was diagnosed with dementia, which turned into Alzheimer's, and she went missing one night. So my mom was that story on the news, that elderly senior woman missing in the worst rain in San Diego. And so we had the SWAT team. They had dogs. Like, it was something from a movie. And it was the worst 5 hours of my life. It hands down the worst 5 hours, not knowing if we were going to find my mom, not knowing if she's okay. And it was that really was the stopping point of, I've got to be here for her until we figure out what's going on. And so I decided to start my own business. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't know what to do. They don't, in college, you're not like, take it. Well, in my day, it wasn't like Entrepreneurship 101. Let's sign you up to show you what to do to start a business. That wasn't around back then. Thankfully, it's around now, because I think entrepreneurship and business owner is the way to go. But you have to understand how to do it. So one day I'm going to write a book, how to save $10,000 your first year in business, right? Don't buy every shiny object.
There you go.
So I started my business, and being in that influx, I started off as a career coach, because I had people coming up to me at the school I was working, asking me, like, how do you make a change? I'm not sure. I had gotten my degree in organizational leadership from Chapman. So like that kind of played into all of that. And so I thought I was going to be a career coach, because I understood what my clients would be going through. Fast forward, all my clients needed help with LinkedIn. Funny, right? So then I went into the world of LinkedIn. How can I help my clients? And then the light bulb went off. It was like 2017. Entrepreneurs and business owners need to be on LinkedIn. You can use it for free. It's a great platform to build your brand. So I went all in on the business side, so B2B. And then fast forward to 2022, I just looked, like, in my, not my CRM, but in my, I use ClickUp for project management. And I was looking in there of when I wrote my first AI post. And it said, this post was written by AI. So it was 2022. And I was doing everything wrong. I'm just going to be honest, like, because you don't know what you don't know. You tend to rush into something. Oh, let me try this. That's my philosophy. Let me rush in and try it. See if I like it. So the posts and the blogs weren't written well. You could tell that written by AI. But what I did do is I decided to become a certified AI consultant in 2023. And I went through a vigorous program with testing. And I believe it was the first one in the country. There are 100 of us in the program. And I saw the writing on the wall that AI was going to be something that I needed, business owners needed. And at one point, because I am a LinkedIn profile writer, I write profiles, create company pages, optimize that, and this done for you package. But one day that service isn't going to be needed. It'll just be like, Mary, can you look over it and give me your edits? And so I saw the writing on the wall, and this made the most sense. So I became the certified AI consultant, and I absolutely love it. I think it's one of the best things I've done to help the small business owners take back their time and learn how to, be consistent. So that's the professional journey. Personally, I'm originally from San Diego, California. We were talking before the show. Just got back from La Jolla. Got my, toes in the sand and my butt in the ocean. Did a little boogie boarding and kayaking. And my husband and I, we moved to Arizona almost 4 years ago. So hot heat, yes, but it's dry heat. People are like, oh, it's so hot in Arizona. Yes, but it's dry heat. There's a difference between dry heat and humidity, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, cool. Well, thanks for sharing some of that journey with us. I think that's going to help, especially as we go through our conversation today, for people to kind of understand your background, the experiences you've had, and kind of what's led you here. Eric, I'm kind of curious. How did you first get connected with Mary?
Well, first of all, the fact that you heard her and how passionate she is on AI. So you have to quickly identify, having done so many shows with me now and know how much I've been ranting about AI and the impact it's going to have in the business world as a whole, but small business even more impactfully in the next couple of years, right? So when I started reading some of Mary's stuff, and I'm trying to remember, it was somebody that introduced us, but we ended up
Celine, was
Celine,
it?
yes, that's correct. It was Celine. And then we ended up meeting at the networking event. It was a expo, a business expo that we were at. And so we actually physically met there for the first time. But yeah, it's just seeing, and then I read Mary's stuff and watch her videos. It's amazing. But she's constantly out there with the AI and educating on AI and the value of AI and what it brings to the table. So when I started really kind of following some of her content, I was like, nah, this is somebody we have to have on the show, because she's saying what I'm saying. And ironically, as we found out today, she's even older than I am. So, the fact that she is so adamant about, I am on board with AI and I'm on board with integrating AI into what I'm doing. And, I'm not holding on to that age old philosophy as I'm too old to learn something new. Right. And I see that as a big opportunity, Mary. And I know you and I have had that conversation. The issue is, people that are a certain place in life, they feel like, oh, I can't learn that. And I'm like, no, that's actually going to be even worse. If you were like that before, it's going to be worse going forward.
And to piggyback on that, in this certification program, and we have a private Facebook group, and then we have mentorship calls every Wednesday. One of she's not even a certified consultant in there. I think she's just an AI guru expert that is part of the group. And she shared this blog that I read, that AI, if you're not careful, it is going to take your job if you don't know how to use it. So I'm a big proponent. I just want to say human first. I am not like, let's use AI and eliminate jobs. I'm like, let's use AI to make our employees and ourselves more productive, less stressed, because we have this hustle, hustle, hustle culture, which isn't healthy for us. It's not healthy. So it's not about working more. Why can't we reduce that and use AI to be more productive, to be more creative, and, as a business owner, to help us build our brands? We don't need to hustle. We need to work smarter. And this blog that she wrote, I was like, it's like, you need to learn AI wherever you're at in your life, your career, your business, early, mid stage, or maybe even, the end, like the retirement years. Maybe you have, a 3-year plan to retire or a 5-year plan. That's great. But you need to learn AI still to get you through those next 3 years, because it's here to stay. It's in all of our hands. And I want people to understand, yes, there's a fear, there's a risk. I am going to acknowledge that, but we can't let that hold us back from using it, from understanding it. So I like to teach people how to use AI effectively, efficiently, and ethically. Boom.
Nice. Like it. That's awesome. Well, let's maybe talk about that for a minute. So you've got Master It with Mary, right? And you have a few different services that you offer in there. Certainly AI is a big piece of that. But can you kind of walk us through some of the services that you offer and some of the clients that you help currently?
Yeah, so I really do two things well, maybe three. I do LinkedIn and AI. Those are like the service buckets, right? So under LinkedIn, I can offer you like a LinkedIn profile audit, right? So I'll review it, I'll record a video and show you exactly what you need to do. So that's a great way to get a taste of how I work and my LinkedIn knowledge and expertise. I also have a done for you package. So the business owners that I work with are very, very busy business owners. Eric, hint, hint, wink, wink. Um, and we have a side thing going. And so they don't have time, right? And they don't want to write about themselves and they don't understand what works on LinkedIn. So I have the done for you program where literally I send you a worksheet, you send it back to me. I show up with a draft of everything for you. We meet for about 45 minutes. You go off, have a nice vanilla latte, whatever your choice is. And then I do all the updates for you. So that is like my most popular package. I also offer content management and engagement package because just to post on LinkedIn isn't enough these days. You need to engage. Eric, you do a great job of doing that. So some
Thank you.
people don't want to use bots or AI on LinkedIn. Maybe they're just getting started or they haven't found the right one. So I actually go on and I engage on your behalf and I grow your LinkedIn network with the strategic people you want in there. So that's something that I offer. So that's all the LinkedIn stuff. I also train and speak. I speak to networking groups. I've spoken at many schools. I have a whole list of schools that I've done. So that's one thing. I'm actually doing a LinkedIn training on Monday morning for a women's networking group here. I did AI training and now they asked me back. So I must be doing something right. So then for the AI, that's my favorite. That's my baby. Like that will set you up. So my AI strategy session is the most popular thing. And from that, we'll create whatever assistance that you need in your business. So it's not like, here's the two things I can do. It's what do you need in your business? Do you need lead magnets? Do you need your SOPs, standard operating procedures? Do you need content? Do you need an email funnel? Do you want to analyze some websites? I just did that the other day. Now that ChatGPT, you can put a link in. I analyzed a different AI website and then I analyzed mine because my website's new. Master It with Mary's the rebrand. And we're still working on things. You know, it's been up for less than a month. So like literally it just went live in July. So, you know, there's little things that you have to go back in. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to analyze my website. And it did tell me one thing that was not on there. And I was like, that's pretty cool. It took me 37 seconds.
Wow.
Right. So the tools that we have, and it's not just for marketing. There's so much more that we can do with AI. So my sessions are one-on-one. They're very customized. And I've had clients, you asked me like what industry. So coaches, consultants, and speakers, you know, love that industry. That is what I do. But ironically, which I was surprised you guys, I have a lot of brick and mortars too. I have a solar company, an electrical company. I have a picture person, you know, photography. We set up 2 different assistants for her because she speaks to 2 different audiences on 2 different platforms. And so she named her assistant Molly, and Molly creates 30 days of content for her in like an hour. Wow. Like, why is that important? Because as a business owner, you have to be online. People have to be able to find you.
Yeah.
And, you know, do you have to be on every platform? No, but you have to be consistent to build your brand, to create that brand awareness. So career coaches, it works really, I mean, AI works for every industry. It really does. But coaches, consultants, speakers, I worked with another person that actually is in AI, but they do a deeper side. So they wanted to learn what I was doing over here. So that's interesting. Yeah. So I'm having a great time with it. My one client, business development officers, marketing teams, like you might have a marketing team of 1 or maybe 2 people, but are they getting the work done at the level that you want? Or are they stressed out, forgetting deadlines, making mistakes?
I was going to say, yeah, the efficiency and the speed is another added advantage that you can knock out so much more, so much faster.
Look, with an army of AI assistants, they're not going to call in sick. They're going to show up when you want them. They don't ask for a raise, right? And they don't
Yep.
talk back or take holiday. Like, it's on demand. And how many times have you maybe hired a copywriter or a web designer and you're sitting there waiting for them to get back to you? And it's fine. They have other clients, but you're like, boom. Like, I created, I think it was last week, I'm doing the upcoming webinar and an in-person AI workshop. I used Claude and I wrote landing pages, email sequence, Instagram posts, LinkedIn posts, email call to actions for my other emails, lickety split. But, the one thing I want to say about AI is that it's not cut, copy, paste. I'm going to repeat
Right.
that. It's not cut, copy, paste. It's cut, copy, paste, review, edit. So I always say that it's a 5-step, not a 3-step. I always say that AI gets you 90% to the finish
Yep.
line. The other 10% is the human eye on your AI. So
Right.
Nice. Is
I
that a
love that.
tagline in there? If not, you
Yeah.
gotta good.
what?
Get the human eye on your AI. That's a good tagline. You got to use that.
Yeah.
I have that, and I have human creativity, AI efficiency.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
as you're talking through all these different services that you offer, maybe let's start on the LinkedIn side of it, which sounds like maybe that's kind of the past, but still very
No,
relevant.
still relevant.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you've helped, I think it's over 500 clients kind of improve
Yeah.
their LinkedIn presence, which is just amazing. And a lot of our audience is business coaches. And so I'm kind of curious, as you're thinking about all these people that you've worked with to help them with their LinkedIn, what are some of the biggest maybe lessons learned or takeaways that you would want, business coaches that are watching this to leave with to kind of take back and improve their LinkedIn profiles?
So if you put your profile up last year, it's time for a refresh. It's not put it up and forget about it. You've probably added services. Maybe you've spoken somewhere. What's new in your business? So I always say, like, create a date like in January or whatever. I used to do this in San Diego. I'd get together a small group and we do a LinkedIn profile refresh day.
Oh, that's cool.
And so banners, headlines about you, experience section, skills, company page needs to be updated. It's important to update it, and most people don't. Okay, so that's one mistake. As a coach, consultant, or speaker, you need to have fresh content, right? And I say that because people are like, oh, I'm just going to promote what I do. Well, we all do that, right? So my biggest thing that I tell people is to infuse personality into, into your profile, because people buy from people and people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So I did this funny post. We were talking about this. What was the post on? It was on my new branded cup. And wait, here's the best part. So I did a video in a tank top, not planned, with this new cup that has this really cool, like, lid for my straw and
that's awesome.
a glitter straw. Like, I love glitter. Okay. So I did this little post, like, rebranding is awful. It's so much work. There's so many places you have to do it. But the fun part of branding is you get to buy new swag and stuff. So that silly post got people engaged. Like, I couldn't believe it. And that's okay. It had a little bit to do with my business, but it's really more about just having fun and showing people what I was doing, kind of like behind the scenes. And you want those kind of posts. So if all you're doing is posting about your business, where you're speaking, where you're networking, people can't really get to know you. So are you kayaking? Are you hiking? Are you walking your dog? I don't know. Are you, do you love music? What is something about yourself that you can put out there online on LinkedIn? Because it is a professional network. And I think the biggest pushback I get is, oh, that's a professional network. I shouldn't share anything personal. Do you guys ever feel that way? Like, oh, I can't share that I just went to the farmer's market and dropped, $100 on fresh veggies and we know they're going to go rotten in my fridge.
Yeah.
That won't happen in my house. But, like, share a real story, not just your promotions.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, Mary, do you have a general rule to follow as a guideline in regards to percentage of time that you would do a personal post versus your business posts?
I used to, and I feel like it's changing. And here's why: because LinkedIn introduced, well, the short
Yeah.
videos, right?
Yeah.
You can call them reels because that's kind of what they are, because on your mobile phone, you can just swipe and watch all the videos, and they're short. So, I used to say 90-10, like 90% is business, networking, your services, who you're supporting, and 10% is fun. And I think that's really kind of upped a little. Maybe it's 80-20 now.
Okay.
You have to know what your audience likes. My
Right.
network loves seeing like me just being Mary.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, I actually did a training this morning with Danny Del Vecchio. He's another person on LinkedIn. He does a lot of video work, and he was talking about that, right? And particularly now that they created the new separate video portion for LinkedIn, and I think one of the important pieces that he really kind of hammered on was the idea that so he's done some video, and he does a lot of video work. He came over from Instagram and started focusing on LinkedIn. And he said his best post would get 30 or 40,000 impressions. Since they moved to this new video positioning and everything, and it was one of his more personal ones, but it got over 100,000 impressions. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I that's why I'm saying the personal videos, people are like, well, it has nothing to do with my business. It's not going to bring me leads. Not everything's going to bring you leads, but it will build your brand.
Right.
It will drive more connections, more eyes on your profile. Oh, who's that Mary chick with a bright pink cup? I like bright pink cups. What does she do? Oh, I need help with that.
Yeah. Great point.
I love it. And that is an awesome little stopper on top. That's really cool.
I know. You guys, you just have to, is that the cutest thing?
That is awesome. That's genius.
I got a 6-pack of them. So I have these cool straws like in every color.
There you go. It's amazing. Well, cool. As you're sharing some of your secrets for LinkedIn, you have something called the 3C method. Can you tell us a bit about it and how business coaches might be able to apply that to build their online presence or even attract new clients?
Yeah, so that really came about in 2020 during COVID, when we saw the influx of everyone going on LinkedIn and being so spammy, right? Look at, oh, yuck. I was like, no, people, this is not how you should use LinkedIn. It's going to ruin your reputation, just dropping all those spam messages in the DMs. And so I came up with a 3C method, which is connect, cultivate, and convert. Convert doesn't mean to clients. So let me explain. You connect with someone, you need to cultivate the relationship. You don't get married on the first date. Why do you think I'm going to buy from you on the first message? Okay. Is that clear? Right. So you need to cultivate, engage with their posts, look at their website. Is there something, that you can cultivate with them? Is there a collaboration opportunity? Is there, can you share a post? You can't do that all the time, but if you just change your mindset. So connect, cultivate, convert means convert to opportunities. Okay. So if all we think about our clients, you're missing out on a whole world of opportunities to collaborate on podcasts, speaking engagements, networking events, maybe even becoming referral partners. There's a lot more than just clients. Clients typically pay you once, right? Where referral partners pay you over and over and over again, right? When they're referring people. So I don't know, referral partners sound pretty nice to me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, as you're talking about that, I was thinking I've actually listened to an episode of your podcast this morning where you were discussing how to leverage speaking engagements, right? And so I'm thinking, okay, well, LinkedIn, speaking. So how do you use LinkedIn to try to get some of those speaking engagements that you can use to expand your influence, revenue, things like that?
So there's a lot of ways. One, the word speaker should be in your headline at the end. So I put keywords at the end, like podcast host, speaker. Those words that I use. I'm doing a LinkedIn profile revamp, the Done For You program. Just had the meeting yesterday, writing it all. It's already written. I'm putting it up on Monday, right? And we put speaker, podcast coach, like these certain words at the end. So you want to have speaker in the headline because that's SEO. You can search it. So people are searching for that. Second, Put something in your featured section. Is it your speaker one page, a speaker reel? Put something right there. The featured section shows 3 things right at the front. If you're looking for speaker opportunities, you need to have that there. Third, why not create an experience section that is just speaker? National speaker, keynote speaker, speaker facilitator trainer, and put some of the things that you've done as a speaker. So there, and then content. And then this one works too. Every once in a while, put out a post that says, hey, in case you didn't know, I'm a speaker. I speak about these 3 things. Here are some of the places I've spoken. I've just opened up my calendar for October and November. Hit me up if you want to learn more. Because if you think everybody on LinkedIn knows that you're a speaker, they don't. When you put a post out, it goes to the first 10% of your network. That's it.
Yeah.
If people engage, then it goes to more.
I was going to say, I think that's one of the things that I, as it relates to our coaches and people who ask me for advice on LinkedIn specifically, I'm like, you need to understand that a very, very small percentage of people actually see your post to begin with, right? And if you're not directly engaged with them, you won't see hardly any of that, and if you're a second or third connection, you're likely not to see much of any of that content.
And it works. I mean, I've been invited to speak to networking events, which have led to, at that networking event, I got another speaking event, which led to 2 clients, 3 clients. And I have someone here from a worldwide hotel organization that found me on LinkedIn. She doesn't know me. I didn't know her. She hired me for their big training in October in Vegas, all through LinkedIn. People are like, oh, those LinkedIn lurkers, right? I'm like, LinkedIn lurkers are actually good because they're watching you. They're learning who you are. So be consistent, put yourself out there. Because if I hadn't been putting myself out there, if I didn't have speaker on there, if I didn't have a speaker role, and if I wasn't doing lives and podcasts, would she have ever picked me up? And I asked her how she, I was like, oh, how'd you find me? Did somebody refer you? Do I have someone to thank? She's like, oh no, I was on LinkedIn. I did a search.
Wow.
They wanted a LinkedIn speaker to come in and facilitate like 4 workshops.
That's awesome. Well, it speaks to the
power. I'm super excited.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, cool. Well, let's maybe shift gears a little bit. I know LinkedIn's kind of one half. Let's maybe talk about AI for a little bit. So you're this, awesome certified AI consultant, and you're helping business owners. And I also want to talk maybe about business coaches, how they can be leveraging AI, but maybe even more importantly, what are some trends that they should be looking out for and that they should be adopting in their business?
How much time do we have? Okay. Business coaches and AI, how can they use it? Well, SOPs, email marketing, content, landing pages, messaging. There's a gazillion tools out there. You need to decide, what do you want to use? What do you hate to do? What takes you so much time that it's ridiculous? So, and then from there, okay, here's some AI tools you can use. So commenting on LinkedIn, there's tools that you can use. I use Fly Messages one. It's not very expensive. It's from Vengresso. And it's a Chrome extension, and it can just, help you start the comment. You can put the whole comment or just use it as a guidance. What about presentations? Raise your hand if you love spending hours creating a PowerPoint, which is antiquated or Canva, which is creative. I'm a creative, so I do Canva. But really, raise your hands, everyone that's watching. I want to see those hands. Who loves spending like 4 or 5 hours trying to create the perfect deck? Oh, wait, no one's
David
raising
does.
their hands. Well, what if
I do it a little bit?
But what if I told you, and what if you're in a pinch? What if someone said, hey, I've got an opportunity Monday. Can you come present? So there are some great AI tools out there that you can put together a deck like that using them. Gamma and Beautiful AI are 2 that I've used. They're not perfect, but again, they get you 90% done.
Yeah.
And let's say you're doing training and, it's basic training. Put it all up there. I created my first AI presentation for the Glendale Chamber using Gamma. And I had a Google Doc where I kept throwing AI stats, quotes, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. It was a messy doc. It was not laid out. Also, I'm dyslexic. So anyone with a learning disorder, using AI can really help because my thoughts are all over the place. I'll like move words around, right? So using AI has helped everything in my business in writing be succinct and be in a logical manner, not the way my brain thinks. So I uploaded this Google Doc and it put together a 12-page, I think it was 15 pages deck for me. And then I just went in and did light edits, and it was in a logical order.
That's awesome.
So,
well, I think that helps a lot. I mean, I know, Eric, as you and I have discussed, you're always telling your clients you need to be more online, you need to do more video, those sorts of things. But I think there's an apprehension to getting into the content space, right? If that's not what they've done before, it's new or scary. So AI can help. I'm curious, is there anything else that you have leveraged, right? Whether it's as a podcast host or anywhere else, to help kind of create content, or any advice for coaches or business owners that are struggling to get into that?
So video's not going away. It came on. I remember when I was first doing like LinkedIn training, I'm like, I said, video's here to stay in it was like 2017. Like, let's all buckle up, because like it or not, it has to become part of your marketing plan. So there's some great tools. If you ever go speak, have it recorded, chop it up, put it into video. That's what I use, Video AI. And I did a 40-minute talk at the chamber. I had a videographer there filming it. I put that into Video AI, and I had 42 clips in 7 minutes. Now, in the past, I would send that to my VA, and she would try to pick out, the best ones. Bless her heart, right?
Yeah.
Well, I give her access to this. Like, you can go in and finesse it, but it also ranks them, and it tells you what the clip is about. Like, manually, you can't do that. It's going to take forever and cost hundreds of dollars for one video. So using the right tool at the right time, that's what I want to get people to understand. You don't need 25 tools. You need the right tools.
Right.
So a presentation tool, a video tool, Claude, GPT. I like InVideo to create a video from photos. InVideo AI. I just did one for a client. Her dogs go to doggy daycare all the time because she works and travels. And she sent me pictures of the dogs. And her dogs like doggy daycare more than coming home. Right. So and I'm trying to help this person. Like, you've got to share who you are. Okay. You're a dog mom. A lot of people will be happy to see this. It shows, who you are. So I got her to say yes. So I put it all in there, and then it takes some stock videos and clips, and and it has a voice, a woman's voice talking. I use ChatGPT to create the text to go with this awesome video that my client's like, what?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I think that's a great tip.
Yeah. So I love that. And then there's just some simple ones for all the business owners. You should be using, I like Fathom. If you're holding any type of calls, you need to be recording that, whether it's a discovery call, a client call, an exploration. Maybe you're talking about a collaboration with someone, record that. And Fathom does the transcription, but it also will list out the action items. So, I mean, back in the day when I started, after a career coaching client, I'd be like, I would write type it all up. Like, this is what we discussed. Here's your action items. Here's the pieces of information that I'm supposed to, oh God. Just like, to even think that I used to have to do that is painful.
Well, it's funny as you said, Mary, that was a game changer for me 2 years ago, starting with Fathom, because it was up until that point, all the calls that I was doing on Zoom with all my coaching clients, I'm stopping, I'm talking, I'm trying to write notes, I'm trying to go back and forth, right, and stay focused on the conversation. And the biggest problem was taking the notes throughout the entire process, right?
Yeah.
And when I came across Fathom, and it was funny because I didn't realize it at first, and somebody said, hey, I see this is recorded. And I was just playing with Fathom, like it was showing up automatically because I opted for it through the platform. And they're like, hey, can you send that to me? And I'm like, sure. And I sent it to them, not even looking at it. I just sent it to them. And they got it. And they're like, oh my God, Eric, this is amazing. What a phenomenal recap. It even gives what I committed to take away from this meeting and what I was going to do. And I'm like, and so I went back and I read it afterwards, and I'm like, well, why the hell am I doing all these damn notes?
You were still doing notes on top of that?
I was like,
So-
well, at this point, I don't need to do any of that anymore. Yeah, I'd only been using Fathom for maybe like a month or two when this happened, but it was like when I actually read the takeaways and saw how good, because at first I was like, how good could it be? And then I'm like, no, this is like
It's
90,
really
95%, right? It's good.
really
Yeah.
good. So
And-
any coach out there that is not
Yes.
using a transcription recording tool, you just need to
Yep.
like stop the nonsense of taking notes. And this is how AI enhances the work that we do. We can
Yep.
now be present in our client coaching sessions and really listen and just have that, for me, the aha moments are always when I'm talking to a client. And when they come on, I'm like, you don't need to take notes. This is all being recorded. The transcription will be sent to you. And they're like, oh, okay. So they can be present. You can be present, and you can work on whatever it is the call is for. You can really just focus. So that is a great way that a simple AI tool is revolutionizing the way we hold our calls and how we follow up.
Agreed. Yeah, and it was a phenomenal resource. And you'd mentioned video AI. That's another one we use. The using that to create the reels after the podcast, for instance, is phenomenal, and it's a great way to promote the podcast.
Yep, we use it for that too. There's so many different tools, and as you know, Eric, I have my LinkedIn newsletter that comes out every Thursday, and it's LinkedIn. It's AI in the news, so what's going on in the AI world, and it's AI new tools. And I don't test all of those because literally I could write a newsletter every day and not be caught up on what's going on. So I try to pick out the things that are interesting and are relatable to my audience, because I can't report on everything. But I like Meta AI for images now. It's gotten a lot better. It's going to continue to get better. DALL-E, I don't even use anymore. Maybe it's gotten better. Claude is my new favorite versus ChatGPT. I'm really enjoying Claude.
Yeah. David recently mentioned that as well. He likes Claude better.
Yeah. See, Dave, you and I.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, I really like Claude. I'll be honest, that post that I wrote on Monday I didn't write it on Monday. I schedule, and if you're a coach or consultant and you don't have a scheduling tool, please get one. For the love of God, you should not be scheduling when you have the time. You should have, my content is all of August. I would say 20 posts are pre-done. And then I have pockets where I can put organic posts in. So if you're not doing that in your business, you need to do that right away.
Right.
But you saw my post that I did on Monday, which was a very personal, vulnerable story. That was 100% my story. I put it into ChatGPT. I didn't like it. I took it from there. I put it in Claude. Loved the version that came out because it's a very emotional. Yeah. So, don't think that one and done is the best.
Right.
So I that's what I love. I love working with my business clients of teaching them it's not just prompting.
Right.
It's which tool and how are you prompting and what can we get done and how can it help your business?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that my biggest influence, or my biggest piece that I like to share with my potential clients is there's a ton of tools and resources out there, and most likely what you need to use AI for, there's an application for it out there already.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just do a little bit of research, and it won't take long to find something, and it'll give you exactly what you need as opposed to trying to prompt your way to what you need.
Yeah, it will. I'm just going to a shameless plug because I am that certified AI consultant. So I actually set up your AI assistants for you that sound like you, write like you, identify to your clients. So you're not prompting it every time. That's the beauty of once you get it dialed in, and then when you understand how to change it, how to pivot it. And here's a tip, you guys, don't use the same thread for everything. That confuses it and you're not going to get good results. Oh, I hate that. Using the same thread, right, David, right? Like you just don't do that.
Yep.
Your email assistant is one thread and if you have multiple businesses, right? So you have an email assistant, a copywriting assistant, a social media assistant. I have custom GPTs for LinkedIn. I have LinkedIn branding, positioning, and LinkedIn power headline. I'm going to sell them one day. I should. I don't
Yeah.
know why I'm being selfish, you guys. Like I
I
should
would
just
buy 'em.
release them,
I
right?
would buy them.
I should just release it to the public.
Well, when you do, let us know. We'll get the word out.
Yeah, that's right.
It's going to be soon, like next month.
Oh, awesome.
Looking forward
Oh,
to
there
it.
you go. A little teaser. I like it.
Yeah. So with the AI in-person workshop, when that, you can get on the waiting list if you want, because it's only for 15 business owners, because it's going to be a small group setting. I'm all about working with someone closely and really dialing things in. But at that workshop, I'm releasing them.
Awesome.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. It's going to save people so much time.
I love it.
And especially the career people, anyone that's looking for a job, you don't always have the money. So, or maybe you're a college graduate and you don't, writing is not your thing. You're an engineer. Okay, let's just be honest. Writing a LinkedIn profile, engineer, using my custom GPT, brilliant.
Nice.
Well, and I think it even relates to people who overthink it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that I would say I'm definitely an overthinker myself, and
No.
and thinking through what I want to say in a profile like that is just every time I see it, I'm just like, oh, here we go. And I'm like, so then I do what you told me not to do, which is I copy and paste it from somewhere else and use it there because I don't want to have to recreate it again. But to your point, right? Yeah, it's the
we'll talk later. I might have something for you. Now that I'm thinking and we're here, I'm like, for your business coaches.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay.
I know that we've talked about something on the side over here, but I might have a solution for you.
Awesome.
Nice. There you go. Love it.
And this, folks, is why you do podcasts, because we're having these conversations and business is done live.
And we'll have a recap of it as well.
That's right. That's right. Well, as we kind of get ready to wrap up here, Mary, is there anything else that you want to share about kind of the work that you're doing, or anything that you think business coaches need to understand about LinkedIn or AI to really, kind of grow their coaching business?
I think we covered a lot. I think it's about just getting started, ripping the Band-Aid off, creating a LinkedIn profile if you don't have one, or fixing it, updating it, and start learning AI. You need it in your business. It's going to save you a ton of time, because as a small business owner or entrepreneur, we wear many hats. We don't all have a team of 10 organizing everything, or even a team of 5, you guys. So wouldn't it be nice that you're not struggling? You're not staying up nights having insomnia because you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to send that email, or I don't have content, or, I don't have my talk written or my deck done. So I think AI can really help the small business owner navigate a much more successful path as a business owner, and save them from headaches, frustration, insomnia, and worry.
I love that. Oh, that's awesome. Well, there have been a ton of great insights. And if people want to learn more, I imagine they can head over to your website, which we've got the link here. And on the website, a lot of cool information about her different services, LinkedIn, as well as AI, those strategy sessions, which are amazing. But also there's a link to the podcast. So definitely be sure to check that out. As I mentioned, I was listening to it earlier today, and just some really good content. So definitely be sure to do that. And then you also have a webinar coming up, Mary. Do you mind telling us a bit about that?
So it's going to be a webinar on AI. It's the AI Magic Marketing Insider Secrets. So it's 45 minutes, because who has time for an hour these days, right? But in the free webinar, I'm going to show you the how, when, and why to use AI in your business, and how to save time. And I'm also going to do a live demo. So I'm going to show you AI in action on this webinar, so you can see how well it works and how fast it works. And that is going to be on August 28th at, it says 12 p.m. It's at 11. I don't know why it says that. I'll have to fix that. But you can go ahead and register today. It is open for registration. And it's going to be amazing. Again, 50 people. I'm not this like 200 people on a webinar. I'm like, I want 50 people that really want to learn. So if you're one of those, grab a spot, because it will be capped. And I'm putting it on LinkedIn. So I have a pretty strong following over there, like 13,000 people. So once I create that event and invite, some of my colleagues, it'll get filled up really fast.
Awesome. Well, definitely be sure to scan the QR code. We'll also put the link in the show notes. So you can just click that and register in case you're on a mobile device checking this out. But Mary, again, really great having you on today's episode. Eric, I don't want to skip you either before we say our final goodbyes. Anything that you want to feature at My Biz Coaches?
So I'll just say this. We have some really amazing announcements coming up in a few weeks. So I'll just tease that out there. We've got a number of major projects that are coming together, potential partnership. And as this all plays out and comes together over the coming 30 days or so, I think we'll have a pretty significant announcement at some point in September. So
ooh, I can't wait. I'm gonna need the behind the scenes stuff on that. You're gonna have to share that with me.
That's
30
right.
days
That's
is a
right.
long time, Eric. And I just want to say thank you, David. Thank you, Eric, for having me on your podcast. And I have to say, you're so well organized and prepared. I appreciate that.
Well, it's our pleasure. And thank you so much for joining us and sharing your expertise and your insight. It was really enjoyable. Thank you.
Mary,
Awesome.
thanks so much.
See ya.
Bye.